Officials at the theme park believe the trainer, Don Brancheau, slipped and fell into the whale's tank at the start of a performance. That's the point at which Tilikum, a 30-year-old bull orca weighing about as much as a school bus, dragged her under. People on hand for the performance described what happened.
And she kept petting it and kissing it and hugging it, and it was doing little spins for her and everything. And I happened to look down at my daughter and was just sitting there talking to her for a minute about the whale. We were talking about it. And my wife was like, oh, my goodness, she's in the water with it. And we thought that maybe they were playing, doing some kind of training or playing or something. And we noticed that it started thrashing a lot more than normal. Like the tail was really, thrashing hard, and water was going everywhere. And there's another woman there with us with her kids who said all of a sudden, you might want to turn your kids around.
The park's director has now ordered a comprehensive review of all safety practices. But some experts point out that no matter what precautions are taken, the risks with these animals are enormous.
Killer whales, because they're supposed to be so intelligent, don't do things accidentally. This was not an insane, uncontrollable act. This was premeditated, and the whale, for whatever whale reasons, the whale did this.
Intentionally or not, scientists are quick to point out that what looks like fun at theme parks like this is always just one step away from disaster.
You run this type of risk when you work in situations that have inherent dangers, whether you're a race car driver, you're a jet pilot, or you're a killer whale trainer. It's a big, big animal. If you're playing with dogs, you're less likely to be killed. You may get a leg scratch or a little bite. If a killer whale wants to play with you and they grab you at 12,000 pounds, there's not a lot of resisting that you're going to do.
Don Brancheau was one of the park's most experienced trainers, having had worked with killer whales for a decade. Family members say she was passionate about them.
She did not have children. The whales were her children and her dogs. When you talked to her about the whales, you thought you were talking to her about her children. She'd tell you who's acting up today and who's not behaving, and she just loved them to death.
Illustrating the danger trainers face, this was in fact the third human fatality linked to this particular killer whale. As a result of the previous deaths, trainers were not allowed to get into the tank with the animal because of the risk that a single slip, like this one, could easily result in tragedy. Owen Fay, Al Jazeera.